Hey y'all, what's going on? Joe here, and today I'm going to teach you how to put the shifter cable in your 2013 Polaris Ranger 800 XP. I fooled with this thing for about a half a day today, and once I really found the trick to it and learned how to do it, it literally would have taken me about an hour or maybe less, but as it turned out, it was like a half a day's work, struggling with things, trying to find out how to get to it and everything. So I know if you're like me, you don't want to sit through a long video. You want to, get the job done as soon as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around, and I'm going to walk you through how I did this today, and hopefully it'll save you a lot of time and trouble. All right, so let me back up here. This is what the machine looks like, 2013 Polaris Ranger 800 XP. I hope this is the machine that you're looking for when it comes to doing this job. Like I said, I looked through YouTube and Google and couldn't find anything that helped me at all. So it's kind of dim in here. I apologize for the lighting. I got a flashlight. The first thing you want to do is come to the back, and you want to take out that cotter pin and release the shifter cable from back here. And then you got a nut right there, and you need to loosen that up and pull it out of that bracket. Okay. Then you want to come around to the front, and you're going to need to take your battery out. The battery is just all in the way. And then what we decided to do is, because of this nut right here is so hard to get to, we just took a Dremel tool and cut about a 4-inch piece of plastic out of the side of that battery box there to get to that nut. And we moved that little, there's a wiring harness right there. Just kind of pull that out of the way. It don't hurt nothing. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say you need to cut a hole in the side of your battery box, but that's how we decided to do it. It's not really messing with the structural integrity of anything, so it's up to you if you want to cut the plastic or not, but that's what we chose to do, and trust me, it's going to save you a lot of headache by doing that. So next thing you want to do is loosen up that nut, and then up behind the dash in there where the shifter is, there's a little cotter pin. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from this angle, but if you're on the job trying to do this, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't really think it's necessary for me to show you that cotter pin. It's just like the one on the rear. The next thing you want to do is come around to the dash, and you want to remove the rubber boot off of the shifter. There's what the rubber boot looks like. Remove that, because this is where you're going to feed the shifter through. It's going to come through this shifter area, and this is where you're going to pull it out. You're going to pull the old one out and put the new one in right there. So once you get all that done, you want to remove your floorboard panel, and on the right hand side here, that is the shifter cable right there on the right side. So once you get all that, get it disconnected from the rear, disconnected in the front, take your new cable and tie it on, or you can use hardware, put a nut on it, and put them together and start feeding the shifter cable from the rear through the floor panel. And you're going to have to do this back and forth. You're going to have to feed a little bit from the rear, pull out the slack, feed it through the floor panel, and then underneath the front wheel, you can see the cable right there. Let me see if I can get the lighting just right. But you can see there's a path where the cable comes through just above the frame and goes up underneath, or up above the front suspension and through the front compartment of the machine. So you're just going to feed it a little bit from the rear, feed it in through the floor panel, feed it up underneath the wheel, the right wheel. Eventually, you're going to see it come through the top here by the battery box, and then just pull it out where the shifter boot is. Just pull the old one out, and then you'll be able to connect your new one. It should take you, I would think it's going to take you about an hour, maybe less, to do this. I don't advise trying to take the bottom portion of the dash apart, or trying to lift the upper dash off. I spent about 2 hours jacking with the dash, and once I got the bottom portion of the dash out, all it was a dead end. There was another wall behind it, and it honestly didn't help at all. It didn't give me more access to the cable. It just wasted time. And if I had found a video on YouTube telling me how to do it in the first place, you know, going through the shifter boot, it would have saved me half a day's work. And so now that I've figured it out, I thought I'd make a video and show you guys, and maybe I can save you some time as well. You know, it was a pain in the ass, but once I figured out how to do it, it really wasn't nothing to it. So yeah, just remove it from the disconnect it from the rear, take your battery out, cut a hole in the side of the battery box, disconnect it from the front, take out that boot on the shifter, remove the panel from the floorboard there, and then start feeding the old cable out, tied to the new cable, and you should have it in and nothing flat. It's really not that big a deal. So I hope you guys found the video helpful. You know, I wish that I could have found a video like this when I was trying to figure this out. I'd never done anything like this before, and it you know, turned out to be a half a day's work, but if I had known what I know now, it could have probably taken an hour or less. All right, guys. Well, I'm Joe with Mortarman TV. I hope you found the video helpful. Good luck with your next project. Y'all have a good day.